So last class we have been talking about constructor overloading of the constructor. So these are the two things I just explained to you. Okay, one is constructor overloading. Second thing what I explained is copy constructor. Okay, and then I asked you to just watch and prepare about this particular video. What is that? Types of constructors. How many types of constructors are there? 5 types. What are 5? Default constructors. You know what is a default constructor? I don't require to give you an explanation. Second one, parameterized constructor. You know a parameterized constructor. I don't require to give you an explanation for that also. Third one, copy constructor. Yesterday only I taught you. Fourth one, static constructor. I already given you a clarification between non-static and static constructors. Already you learned about this concept earlier. Fifth one, private constructor. Nothing here. We talked about a private constructor also if you recollect yourself. But you know, in inheritance, the first rule I said you about that only. What is it? If the constructor of a class is not accessible to child class, inheritance is not possible. And that day you remember, we defined a constructor that is a private in the class. Because the constructor is private in the class, inheritance will not be possible. Because the constructor is private in the class, inheritance means if a class is defined with a private constructor, if a class is defined with a private constructor, no one can consume that class. No one can consume the class means that class can run itself but cannot be used by others. Instance creation not possible. Inheritance also not possible. Okay, leaving that, remaining 4, I already explained you. Default constructors explained you. Parameterized constructors explained you. Copy constructors yesterday we will discuss. Static constructors, one day I taken a quick discussion on non-static and static constructors to you. If I did not tell you anything, that is only private constructor. But I showed you about the private constructors also in the first rule of inheritance. If the constructor of a class is private, inheritance is not possible. Not only inheritance, guys, inheritance is not possible, instance creation is not possible. None of the two actions can be done. Means the class is an introvert. Introvert. You know the meaning of introvert? Introvert, extrovert. Introvert means these people, introverts, these people will not talk with anyone. They will be really reserved. Everything they will be themselves only. They will not have friends, family, nothing. So this is what we call introvert. Introvert means this class is accessible to itself only. It can run, but it cannot be consumed by others. Okay? But if the class, if the constructor is public, default is public constructor here, the constructor is public, that's an extrovert. Extrovert means these people speak with everyone, communicate with everyone, they don't have any barriers like I know him, I don't know him, they talk with everyone. So public constructor is also same only. If I define a public constructor in the class, so what happens, you know, that particular class can be consumed by other classes by creating an instance, that class can be inherited by other classes, everything is possible in case of public. But private constructor means that is not accessible to anyone at all. Okay, so these are the 5 different types of constructors what I just have. Are you guys clear? So I just asked you to watch the video regarding this. But apart from that, I already explained you all these things to you earlier. It's not the first time I'm talking. No response from online students. Are you there? Okay. So I hope you guys are clear with all the types of constructors. Okay. It's all about constructor overloadings, types of constructors, all the things. Now you can watch all the videos of constructors here. Everything I explained to you. I explained you what a constructor, static constructor, non-static constructor, everything. You can watch all videos regarding constructors. You'll get a clarity now, everything about the constructors now. Okay? See, object-oriented programming, all the important concepts, I posted the videos to you. Object-oriented, all important things I posted you the videos. So that tomorrow if you have any doubts or confusions, without again getting back to me, you can just take the videos as a reference to you. Clear? Overloading, overriding, the matrix class what I explained yesterday, that also the video, you can see it. Okay, hiding, I have the video, inheritance I have the videos, what I explained, constructors have the videos, everything related to object-oriented programming videos are there. Differences between variable, instance, reference, that also I posted a video. Okay, maximum I just posted all the videos regarding the object-oriented programming for your quick reference in the future. Right. Today, we'll talk about a different thing, guys. What we are going to learn is about sealed class. Sealed class. What's a sealed class? I think if you define a class, by using a sealed keyword on it, by using a sealed keyword or sealed modifier on it, we call it as a sealed class. We call it as a sealed class. Means I'm writing a class 1. It's a normal class, nothing special about it. I'm defining some members. Now I'm writing another class 2. Can I inherit this class from class 1? Yes or not? Yes. I can inherit, and this is a valid action. Is a valid action. I'm inheriting class 2 from class 1 and is going to be a valid action. Okay? Normal classes here, nothing. We learned about all these things earlier. But when I'm defining a class, if I use a sealed keyword here, now this class is called as a... Are you clear what is a sealed class now? If a sealed keyword is used on it, this class is called as a sealed class. And now guys, all of you understand, this action is invalid. What is invalid? Yes guys, you cannot inherit from a sealed class. You cannot inherit from a sealed class. Sealed class means these are classes not consume, inherit. You can consume them by creating a instance. You cannot consume it by... You can consume by inheritance, you can consume by creating an instance, but you cannot consume by inheritance. Remember, we can consume a class in 2 ways. Option number 1, instance creation. Option number 2, inheritance. Both will allow you. Starting program class instance, you created a test program in consumer and call the 4 methods of the program class in test program. Remember? That's fine. Okay, second option what is your inheritance. So if tomorrow someone asks you a question, in how many ways can I consume a class from other classes? What do you answer? In how many ways can I consume a class from other classes? 2 ways. First one, inheritance. Second one, instance creation. Now if I declare a class as sealed, you can consume it only in one way. What is that? Creating an instance. What is not possible? Inheritance is not possible. Inheritance is not going to be possible. So sealed classes doesn't support inheritance. And the best example for a sealed class is, guys listen, the best example for a sealed class is string class. Yes, string is the sealed class. Check it out. Remember this option? Right click on any class. Say go to definition. It will show you the information about the class. Watch. It's a sealed class. So can't I inherit from the sealed class? You cannot. Try if you want. Colon. String. It's an error. What are you telling you? Louder. You cannot derive from a sealed type string now. It's not going to be possible. So, sealed classes cannot be inherited. You cannot inherit from the sealed class. What is possible? Array instance creation is possible. Every day we are creating instance of the string class and consuming it somewhere. What is not possible? Inheritance is not going to be possible. Are you guys clear what is a sealed class? Okay, so that's what a sealed class is. Next. Sealed method. What is sealed method? What is sealed method? Carefully observe it, guys. What's the sealed method? If a parent class method cannot be overridden under the child class, then we call it as a sealed method. Did you understand the description, all of you? If a parent class method cannot be overridden under the child class, then we call it as a sealed method. Means if you cannot override a parent class method in the child class, we call that method as a sealed method. Okay? And listen, all of you. By default, every method is a sealed method. Is it? Yeah. By default, every method is a sealed method. Why? Because we can never override a parent class's method under child class until and unless declared as, you know that now, without declaring virtual overriding is not possible. So by default, every method is a sealed method only. Every method is by default sealed method. So overriding a method is never possible. Means don't require to use a sealed modifier on the method? No need. Every method is a sealed method only. Did you catch my point or not? Every class is not sealed class. So I need to use sealed modifier to make the class sealed. But every method is a sealed method. So I don't require to use sealed modifier on the method. By default, every method is a sealed method. Any confusion, everyone? Every method is by default sealed method, because overriding a parent class method under the child class is possible only when the method is declared as virtual. Are you clearer? Without declaring virtual, overriding is not going to be possible. Okay? Now see. Watch this case carefully. I have a class here, class 1. Public void show. Can I override this method in class 2? Come on, tell me. Can I override this method in class 2? Brainless fellows. No. Is it virtual? Yes, no, I said you by default every method is sealed method and you're like, yes, sir. That is not virtual, that is sealed. So this is a sealed method. So now if I try to say public override void show, this is invalid. That's what I'm telling you. Are you clear? Every method is by default sealed. Every method is by default sealed. So overriding that method in the child class is not possible. Okay? Now see another scenario. Class 1 public virtual void show. Now tell me, is the method sealed? It's not a sealed method now. It is not a sealed method. Can I override? Class 2 colon class 1 public override void show, and this is valid. Are you guys clear? Now you can just compare the first one and the second one. In the first case, the method is not declared virtual, so that method is a sealed method. So overriding that method in the child class is not possible. In the second case, the method is declared as virtual. So overriding that method in the child class is possible. Any doubts? Understood, all of you? Guys, can I do this? Can I do this? What? Class 3 colon class 2, not class 1. Class 3 colon class 2. I'm inheriting class 3 from class 2. Can I override this method once again? Can I override this method again? Is the question. Come on guys, answer me. Can I override this method once again? Yes, you can. Is also valid. Override? Yes. Once the method is declared as virtual in the parent, any child class in the linear hierarchy, straight line, can override that method. Everyone has a right. Tomorrow I'll define class 4, inheriting from class 3. Can it override? Yes. Class 5, inheriting from class 4. Can it override? Yes. Are you clear? And all of you remember, in this process, class 2 did not override. Class 2 did not override. Then also class 3 can override. So don't think like if class 2 overrides, only class 3 override. No. Class 2 overrides, class 3 can override. Class 2 did not override, class 3 can override. Are you people clear or not? So overriding is possible once it is declared as virtual. Any child class can override it. Okay, there is no restriction on this. Any child class can override the appropriate thing. Okay now? So one more time, the same thing I'm copying here. Yeah. Concentrate guys. The same thing only. Now, just now I said your class 3 can override now? Hey, just now I said your class 3 can override or not? Yes. But I don't want class 3 to override the method. I don't want class 3 to override the method. Did you catch my point now? Now class 3 can override, but I don't want class 3 to override the method. If that is the case, here write. Now check both the two things carefully. You'll understand the difference, all of you. Compare both the two things. What did I do? The difference is with the class 2. Class 1 is same only. The difference is in the class 2. While overriding, what did you do, You said sealed. So what is not possible? Further overriding of the method will not be possible. What is not possible? Further overriding of the method will not be possible. Okay? So if class 2 use seal, class 3 cannot override. Class 2 did not use. Class 3 using seal. Class 4 cannot override. Wherever you use seal, further overriding will not be possible. Understood? So finally, one thing understand. In the parent level, we never use sealed anywhere. Watch it. Parent is class 1 now. In the parent level, we never use sealed anywhere. Because by default, it is sealed. But using virtual, what did you do? You opened the seal. When you use virtual, what is happening? Seal is opening now. When the seal is opening, child classes can override the method. Following me? When the seal is opened now, child classes can override the method. So at any point of time, you can again seal the method. At any point of time, you can again seal the method by using sealed while overriding the method. Means here, you are using two modifiers at a time. You are using override modifier, and you are using so that class 3 cannot override, and the override modifier is to override the method. So this is to override the virtual method here. This is to restrict further overriding of the method. Is it clear all of you about a sealed class and a sealed method? By default, everything is sealed. By default, everything is going to be sealed method only. I don't require to specially declare any method as a sealed method. Every method is by default a sealed method. You don't require to use sealed modifier on it at anywhere. Okay? When do we use? If it is opening the seal, then we should use seal. So it's about sealed class and sealed methods. Is everyone clear with sealed classes and sealed methods? Everything what I showed you, I just printed up with details for you over there. You can refer to that. If by default parent class is sealed, then how do you write class 1 as virtual? I did not understand your question. What is it? Parent class is sealed. If parent class is sealed, why are you talking about override and virtual at all first? If parent class is sealed, declaring the method as virtual is foolish first. Why? The question is, if by default parent class is sealed, then how can we write class 1 as virtual? You can't. If parent class is sealed, you cannot write virtual methods in the class at all. That doesn't make sense. Did you get my point? If parent class is sealed, can it contain virtual methods? Inheritance is not possible. Then what will you do with the virtual method now? Virtual methods are useless there. Your question itself is wrong, Shika. Aditya, your question is foolish. Not wrong, your question is foolish. What you're asking, if you are sealing class 2, class 3 colon class 1 is valid. Why? What is the link for class 1, class 3 for class 2 here? They're independent classes. Class 2 is a child, class 3 is a separate child. These two are independent. You and your brother. Yes, if some problem is for your brother, nothing for you now. So the question itself is useless question. That is foolish question first. Did you catch my point? Under class 1, you have class 2, class 3. There is a problem for class 2. Class 2 sealed it. There is no problem for class 3 now. Class 3 can? Why invalid here? Class 3 is inheriting from class 1. It can override. Are you getting my point here? See, you and your brother here. You and your brother or a sister. Your brother or sister failed in the exam. So your father said, don't go out of the house. Don't go out of the house. That restriction is only for your brother, not for you now. Understood my point? If something happens to class 2 that doesn't have an effect on class 3 inheriting from class 1, when the problem comes, if class 3 is inheriting from class 2, are you clear? Then this is invalid. Where did I write class 1 as virtual here? What is your doubt? I don't understand. Where did I write class 1 as virtual? This is class 1. In that the method is virtual. Class won't be virtual. When did I say virtual class? Did I talk anything about virtual class? I did not tell anything about virtual class. I said this is class 1. Under that I have a virtual method. That's all. When did I say class 1 is sealed? Did I say class 1 is sealed anywhere? Then when I did not say class 1 is sealed, what is your problem? Class 1 is a normal class. In that there is a virtual method. See, the discussion on sealed classes is completed. Don't link that one and this one here. This is sealed class. This discussion is over here. Finish. And this is separately explained to this concept to you. Okay, don't compare that one with this one. So this is my class 1. Here I declared a method as virtual. Did I say this class is sealed? I did not say this class is sealed. When this class is not sealed, then nothing problem for virtual. When problem, this is sealed. Then I cannot declare this as virtual at all. Are you clear? This is sealed. I cannot declare this as virtual at all. Why? Inheritance is not possible at all. When that is sealed, no inheritance at all. Then what will you do with virtual methods? No inheritance. There is no use of virtual methods at any place. Did you understand, Shika? Okay. So this is about sealed class, seal method. Sealed class and seal method. Next. The next thing is abstract method. The next thing is abstract method. What's an abstract method? If a method is defined without any body, we call it as an abstract method. That is, these methods will only have declaration but not any implementation. But not any implementation. What is the meaning of it? Listen. Nothing, guys. Watch. Public void add. Int x comma int y. control dot right line x plus y. A simple method, normal method, nothing special about the method. These are how we are defining methods till now. These are how we are defining methods till now. We call these methods as, means till now, whatever you defined, everything is a non-abstract method. Till now, whatever you defined, everything is a, open the mouth here, non-abstract, louder, non-abstract method. Till now, whatever you defined, everything is a non-abstract method. So all we are defining non-abstract. Now what is your abstract? What is your abstract? What is abstract? Abstract means these methods will have only declaration, no body. In the sense, the method is ended there. The method is ended there. And we call these methods as abstract method. Read the definition. If the method is defined without any body, we call it as an abstract method. That is, these methods will only have declaration but not any implementation. I hope you guys are clear. What it has is only declaration. What is missing? Implementation is missing. So we call up this particular method as an abstract method. Okay, but when you write this like this, compiler will throw in error. What error? There is no body for the method. Compiler will throw in error. There is no body for the method. But my intention is to declare it as abstract only. So to tell that to the compiler, I'll use here the abstract keyword. So now compare it. First one is a non-abstract method. Second one is a abstract method. You'll have a doubt now. What is the use of it? Don't think what is the use of it. I'll explain you. We'll talk about it. Don't think more than this. Just understand what is the abstract method and what is a non-abstract method. That's all. Don't think how to use it. That's not your job. I'll tell you. Are you clear? Did you understand the difference between non-abstract and abstract now? Non-abstract means method with body. Non-abstract means? No, abstract means method without body. Method with body is non-abstract. Method without body is abstract. Till now what we defined? Till now, from the last 1.5 months, what did we define? Abstract or non-abstract? Non-abstract. Today only we have been talking about abstract. Okay now? Next. Abstract class. What is abstract class? A class under which we define. A class under which we define abstract members is an abstract class. A class under which we define abstract members is an abstract class. Okay? Abstract class. So this also should be defined by using abstract keyword. You need to define this also in abstract keyword. Array, where do you write a method here? Can you write a method directly here? Every method should be inside a class now. If you want to write those two methods, you need a container. What will contain a class? So now let me put this code in a class here, all of you. Class math. And now you see where this code is there? Inside a class. Now tell me, this class contains an abstract member or not? Again, blank faces. Respond fast. This class contains an abstract member or not? Yes. So because it contains an abstract member, this class is also abstract now. This class is also abstract now, and I should declare it as abstract. This class is also abstract now and should be declared abstract. Read the description again. A class under which we define abstract members is an abstract class. So this also should be defined by using abstract keyword. So this is an abstract class and this is an abstract method. Do you understand what is an abstract class and what is an abstract method? I said you don't think beyond. Just only understand what is abstract class, what is abstract method. That's all. Abstract class means a class with abstract members. Abstract method means a method without body. Are you clear? Method without body is abstract method. Class with abstract member is abstract class. That's all. Okay now? Now, all of you will be wondering, what is this? Method with method without a body, what is the use? If it has a body, I can call the method, I'll get some result. Without a body, what is the use of the method? Is a big confusion in our minds. If a method is defined without a body, what is the use of that particular method? So it's a big confusion now in our minds now. Okay, let me clarify. Listen all of you. All the abstract members that are defined in an abstract class should be implemented by the child classes. All the abstract members that are defined in an abstract class should be implemented by the child classes without fail. Without fail means mandatory or optional? Without fail means mandatory or optional? Mandatory. Without fail, you can't escape from that mandatory. So what is that? Till yesterday, what are you learning, Listen. Till yesterday, what are you learning? Parent class, defining some members in it and giving it to the child for consumption. Giving it for the child to consumption. Your parents are earning the money and giving it for you to spend the money now. You are enjoying the money now. Yes or not? So same way, parent class defines some members in it and gives them to the child for consumption. Are you clearer or not? Okay? But don't forget, our parents not only give their money or their property to you, in some serious situations, they'll put some conditions and restrictions on you also. Don't do that or don't do this. Yes or not? Don't do this. These are the conditions. The parents can say, you're staying in Hyderabad, away from your parents. Your parents regularly keeps warning you, don't go out. Don't go out, don't go out. Okay, just go to classes, just to be safe at hostel. Your parents are not telling, don't here and there, don't go in the crowded places. Yes or not? They just restrict you also. They put some conditions on you also. Don't do this or don't do that. Understand? Non-abstract members are the money or the property the parents are giving for the children to consume. Okay? Abstract members are the conditions the parents are imposing on the child. A coin has two sides here. Till now what we are talking, parents giving the property to the children and children enjoying the property. But one more thing is there. Parents can also put some conditions or restrictions on the children. That is also there. Why? Your parents are not putting any conditions on you? The same thing only. Coming to abstract is also same concept. What is it? This class is going to restrict the child classes. For what? To implement this method. Are you clearer or not? To implement this method. For example, suppose you're studying in a college. You're studying in a college every day. You're going to the college on a bus, on a college bus or a city bus. You're traveling to the college. And it's becoming hectic for you to change 2 or 3 buses and go to the college. So for many days, you're asking your father, purchase me a scooter or a bike. Purchase me a scooter or a bike. I'm not able to travel in the city bus all the way to the college. So one fine day, after many repeated askings, your father one day brought all the money that required to purchase a bike or a scooter. Got the money to purchase the bike or the scooter. So after getting the money, some 70,000-80,000 what is required to purchase it, it was got now. He took the money to you, put it in the wardrobe, locked it, put the key in his pocket and said you one thing. What you know? In the coming examination, if you get 75% marks, the money is yours, you can purchase the bike. Are you clear? Yes or not? Now see, you have a condition now. There is a restriction. What is the restriction? You are required to attain 75% max to get the money now. Are you clear? So now understand, this is the money. This is the money. This is the condition what your father has put on you. Now fulfilling that condition is mandatory or optional? Tell me. Mandatory only now? That only I said here. What? All the abstract members that are defined in the abstract class should be implemented by the child class without fail. You cannot escape from that. You must do it at any cost. You must do it. Are you clear? You don't get 75% marks. Okay, you passed ordinary. You passed it by getting 50%, 60%. The father won't give the money to you now. You must meet the target. Not only this one. In your organizations, all sales targets will be there. If you achieve this target, the company said you will give you a bike. The company said to the salesman, if you achieve this target, we'll give you a bike. You did not meet the target, you cannot ask now. So this is also exactly the same one. So are you clearer now? So till now, what we are discussing, parents giving their properties to the children to consume. Now what are we discussing? Parents imposing some restrictions on the children. Is it clear or not? Now implementing that method by the child class is mandatory or optional? Mandatory. You cannot escape from that. Is it mandatory to implement that particular method at any cost? Okay now? Now see. The concept of abstract methods is near similar to overriding of methods. The concept of abstract methods is near similar to overriding of methods. I am not telling this is equal to overriding. Near similar to overriding of methods, I said. What is that? Listen. In overriding, parent class contains a virtual method in it. Parent class contains a virtual method in it. When the parent class contains a virtual method in it, child class can override that method. Child class can override. Or can I say, child class can re-implement that method? Overriding is re-implementing only now. We already talked on it. So parent class contains a virtual method. Child class can re-implement that method. Re-implement that method by using override keyword, not abstract. Why you're talking override? I'm talking about overriding now. Why you're going to abstract? Listen again carefully. I'm talking about overriding. What did we learn in overriding? Parent class contains a method declared as virtual, and that method can be re-implemented by the child class. That method can be re-implemented by the child class using override modifier, by using the override modifier. Got it all of you? So you use the override modifier and you are going to re-implement that method. Okay? So this is what we learned there. And the overriding is re-implemented